Coffee with Rhonda Findlay from Pop City in the French Quarter. How's it going?
I'm great.
Oh, you got your coffee?
I've got my coffee. You know, I love your coffee, Kevin. We're selling it in the stores now.
You've got it in the store, so like at your shop in the French Quarter.
Yes, we do.
You can check it out.
And I've got a little story to share with you about the whole bean
Okay.
coffee that you roast that we buy.
Yeah.
And we have beautiful bags that you put together for us. And how that came about with I'm a coffee addict.
You're in here all the time.
I am in here all the time. And it occurred to me in the French Quarter where it's a small business mecca. I'm not just in the French Quarter for small businesses, but also up on Magazine Street too.
Oh yeah, you're on Magazine as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, you know that you really can't buy locally whole bean roasted coffee
like
anywhere in the French Quarter.
Man,
did you know that?
I did not know that.
So
no.
Don't start selling to other people. But that's been one of the greatest feedbacks of not only being able to.
Really?
Pop City's all about local, right?
Yeah. Y'all do local stuff, and you're selling the local. I didn't know. I never thought of that.
I didn't know it until a customer. So we tell everybody because we make our line of coffee cups with our signatures.
Fresh, like super fresh. Because I bring coffee to you just about every week.
You bring it every week, yeah.
And it's super fresh, and yeah, because I mean tourists that are in town or whatever are getting coffee in there and like not even. And I mean, coffee in the French market.
But that's different.
There are other options.
Well, there's other, you know what, just like the world and small business, and you're a small business
We're a teeny tiny business.
But there's a lot of people that have great ideas, and some of our ideas cross over. But you know what I've learned, especially with Pop City, is that, we have our own thing. This is what we do. And you could open a dress shop or a gift store right next to me and try to do what I do, but you're still going to be doing what you do.
But that's okay.
It is okay.
Yeah, and that's great. That's what brings people,
Well, that's what brings people to New Orleans. We have one of the strongest small business communities in the United States. And not to say there are not other little shopping havens in America, but New Orleans is
and like
built.
you said earlier, you were like, oh, the French Quarter is a bunch of small businesses, and it's true. Like for whatever reason, the French Quarter gets like thrown into this like, oh, it's a tourist place, like don't go there. But it's like you live over here in Bywater.
Live in the Bywater.
You grab a cup of coffee on your way to work.
Marigny.
And you go and like you live here, and so like supporting your store is not supporting tourism in town; it's supporting you.
Well, it is, and also everyone.
I get thrown into that too.
No, but as you know, everybody that works for me lives here locally.
Yeah.
So the stronger the small business community remains, the more we can give jobs of all types, whether they're entry level, learning a business, or having your first job, or growing into becoming a manager of a local business that may have 2 or 3 or 4 or more locations. It's a vibrant component of any community to support your small business owners. So I happen to have one of my locations. Well, all of my locations are in very tourism-driven areas. The French Quarter. Even
Magazine?
And Magazine is very tourist-driven, but we have a little bit more of a mix of some locals since we're right in the middle of neighborhoods.
Right.
That's Magazine Street's 5 miles of shopping, dining, services.
So it's a lot of locals. I mean, tourists find their way that way.
Yes, there's a huge marketing campaign. I'm actually on the board of the Magazine Street Merchants Association.
Oh, okay.
We represent 180 small businesses on Magazine, and our whole purpose is to make the small business community on Magazine Street stronger.
Okay, well, just to talk about because anytime, like, you hooked me up with some shoes and some shirts and stuff the other day, and anytime, like, people are like, oh, that's cool, where'd you get that from? And I'm like, oh, Pop City. And they're like, Pop City. And it's like, oh, wait, it's that bottle cap. Like, that's what people say. That's what I told you. It's like in everybody's head, like that bottle cap. What a cool logo. And like, it does stick out in your head. So people are watching this right now, like, oh, the bottle cap, I have seen that. But like your store, like, man, you've got dresses, you've got ice stuff, you've got all kind of like different, like it's like purses and just like accessories and stuff. But when you say those words, like people go, okay, like it's kind of like lame, But like your store feels so different, like when you go to Lakeside.
Thanks, Kevin. It's so
different. It feels so different in that store. you know, like when you go to Lakeside, you got like J. Crew and like all of like the big like, those are vanilla as all hell, you know. But yours, like, you can see like, and I know you personally, so I can see you in that store, and how cool is it? Like your vibe or your style, like, is in that store, and like, but that's like the hip, downriver kind of fun, New Orleans-y, like, this is where you go to get that stuff. Like,
so I'd love to talk about just the couple of things that you spoke about. First of all, amazing compliments, especially from a guy. Guys don't traditionally
like
come to women's boutiques to
and
shop
look
except
around.
for holidays,
Well,
birthdays,
I do need stuff for my wife, you know.
Yeah, this
so.
is a good thing. I have you roped in, but to talk about like the uniqueness of it, as a small business owner,
You need to set yourself apart.
you have to put your own stamp on it.
Right.
You live or die by your own choices.
Yeah.
There's no template. I don't get up every day knowing if I just check off this checklist, I'm going to get my paycheck.
Yeah.
And anybody that has family-owned businesses realize
Know that, yeah.
it is a moving target. So what we tried to do was make the most of what we have. Let me tell you how our business started.
Okay.
We also have Fun Rockin'.
Okay, yeah,
So
Fun
Fun
Rockin'.
Rockin's been around. It started in the
It's like
French
a local
market.
Spencer's, can I say that?
That's a very big compliment because Spencer's was widely known as just it was an anchor in shopping malls.
Yeah.
It was a huge corporation. It's actually still around.
Yeah.
But a Spencer's, we like to call it Spencer's on steroids.
Spencer's on
Because when you come to Fun Rockin', you get to create your own T-shirts.
Uh-huh.
So you pick your size and color shirt and your local design. We
And
also have vintage designs.
Uh-huh.
So you can pick all that and put it together. So essentially that's part of the experience at Fun Rockin'. You can come in and create your own garment. Where
Yeah.
else can you do that?
Yeah.
Kind of labor intensive, training intensive, but yeah, people
But you
love
see,
it.
people love it. That's not me though. I can't because I don't have that kind of vision. I need your vision.
Well, we help you with your vision. But then we have, we started out selling fart machines. Can I say fart on the YouTube channel?
You can say fart. You can say a lot worse on
the
YouTube.
remote
but
control fart machine, but people get a laugh. Yeah. You're going to end up buying one
I
at some
probably
point
need,
now.
Well, I need a remote control fart machine for the when I have like a serious guest on.
Absolutely.
If I have like Clancy on the show again with the fart machine.
Oh, yeah. So we have, and it's the stores are packed from floor to ceiling. This, like at the first quarter of the year, Mardi Gras big, so we sell wigs and stuff. And then we get ready for festivals. So if you need umbrella or flip-flops or a festival
It's
mask.
all that.
But that kind of wraps around back into Pop City and Fun Rockin' as, co-concepts
Yeah.
that we are able to offer whatever we want when we decide we want to sell it.
Yeah.
And with big stores, they have to lock into a concept and a pathway
Uh-huh.
that they may be projecting 2 or 3 years out. I wish I was that person. But as a small business owner, sometimes you're just trying to keep up with what's going to hit you tomorrow or next week.
Yeah. Because I did get I got my Valentine's Day present from my wife from you, and she was like,
you did
she's
great,
like,
by the way.
Oh, she thinks so too, which is the important part. Because
I'm going to say you're welcome.
yeah, that's your. But she was like, oh, I like this. It's like, I really like this. Like that was her reaction.
That's
I'm
so
like,
awesome.
cool. Like that's like
We get a lot of those reactions, and because of our location at the French Market, which is at 940 Decatur, in the historic French Market, I have to tell you that when I first moved here 20 plus years ago, you touched on a little bit of your comments about people think it's touristy, it's the quarter.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, some of the most dedicated, thoughtful entrepreneurs have
in those
a shop.
those 13 square blocks.
Right.
I know.
And so what we hear repeatedly, and our kind of our mantra is to make shopping fun. That's our mission statement. And we hear repeatedly, even whether people buy or not, they come in and they say, this is a cute store. And it's because the girls that work with me, we share the vision, we talk about it, and then they work to bring the windows alive and the floor alive, and they have pride in what they do. And
Yeah.
I like that.
Fun.
It's fun.
It's fun. Your
Even
store
the
is
ladies'
cool.
clothing store is fun.
For me. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's
but that's because you can buy coffee, maybe a local print from Nirhan Gökturk, or Colleen Shannon started making these handmade block prints. And her handmade, hand watercolored block prints are only $20. This is a handmade piece of art by a local artist at our
in the French
store.
market.
In the French market. It's not $100, it's $20.
That's great.
I think I sell your coffee the same price that they would buy it here.
So locals, I mean, tourists can get the same experience
Yeah,
as locals.
it's not all about like.
Or locals in the quarter can get coffee without leaving.
You know, any entrepreneur with the integrity that most everybody I know around me has is that we are offering that experience. We just are in a location in the quarter where we can offer it to the world.
Yeah.
I think the projections from the UNO tourism reports are like 13 million visitors or something was their target at some point.
It's to be able to take locally handmade items in your store, put it out there for people to open it up to the universe.
I'm an accidental entrepreneur.
Accidental?
Right. You know,
What does that mean?
I'm a cookbook author.
Yeah, you.
I'm a jewelry designer.
You got your hands in a little bit of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And so these stores, Pop City started on Lower Decatur Street.
Okay.
Which is just blowing up right now, by the way.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like the artist market down the streets, small change finery. That looks good on you. You're wearing my wares. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I want to tell you about that. But it's just exploding as more like I see a gateway into Frenchman Street.
Uh-huh.
And so having unique items.
Like your Nola arrows.
Right.
What's your deal with what is the deal with the Nola arrows? I mean, I see people with them. Like, this is your design. It's definitely becoming I see it everywhere.
That's great. I'm
what's
glad.
The deal? You've got, that's the idea.
Okay,
hopefully.
So
what's the arrows about?
So I'll tell you.
There's got to be some meanings behind
Yeah,
this.
I have some visions. I can barely draw a stick figure.
Uh-huh.
Okay? But I'm a testimony. If you can think it or dream it, you can make it happen.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure somebody really famous said that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's true.
It's
Because the world is so interconnected now that really, if you come up with an idea and you believe in your idea, and I will tell you, believe in your ideas and then make it happen. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I have a lot of designs. I have the Nola Arrow design, including the Nola Heart, the Nola Elements, which was designed by my partner, Carlos Leon. I mean, we have a whole catalog of local New Orleans designs. This design, I just happen to like arrows. And so there was a design I did that said, point me in the direction of New Orleans. And the arrows going back and forth. And so that became pretty popular. I still have the X on my house from Katrina. So I just, I wasn't a Girl Scout, but I like Girl Scouts. Boy Scouts and arrows, and you get the badges. And I just said, well, I like arrows.
So it's like a badge of honor.
Sure.
Like it's a Katrina, you've gone through.
I just said New Orleans badge of honor. And the tips are fleur-de-lis.
And the tips are fleur-de-lis.
So I just, something New Orleans, something about New Orleans. And that's really all it was. And then I dreamed it, and I went to my go-to girl, Allie Becknell.
Okay.
Allie Salino. She's a graphic artist. Awesome,
and
local.
Local.
And I said, okay, Allie, here you go. And I sort of cut and paste and stuck ideas and did my stick thing. And she came back with that.
It's super, super cool.
Thank
Rhonda,
you.
okay.
I make jewelry too.
Jewelry, you got all kind of stuff.
I got all kinds of stuff. And I have all the stores and all the quarters, but I guess, I want to thank you for being a believer in what we do at Pop City.
I think your Pop City store is phenomenal.
And we have shenanigans that we're going to be doing in the future.
Oh, we're going to be doing some fun stuff.
So I can't wait to come back and talk about that.
We're going to do, it's going to be, because who doesn't love coffee? And who doesn't love shopping for stuff?
Iced tea. I have a thing
iced
for your
tea.
iced tea.
Iced tea. Yeah. People love it.
So that's what we're doing.
It's going to be super cool.
Yeah.
But I want to let you get back to your
I'm going to go eat my breakfast. But I want to just encourage people, as always, to shop local. A little extra effort in finding locally roasted coffee, where you can actually sit down with the guy that's doing it
and have coffee.
Shop with the people that got the products made. I don't care who it is. Everybody shop local.
When you shop local, you're touching you're meeting you, and you're clearly passionate about this. You're meeting me. I'm clearly passionate. I can tell you more than you ever wanted to know about the coffee that's in this cup right now. You can tell me more than you've ever wanted to know about all of the products in your store. So, for me, that passion, I just want to be. I want to be around that passion.
That's how we will all feed off of each other as small business owners if we can rely on knowledge and experience and be able to share it in a way. And I think there's a lot of that going on in the community.
Absolutely. All right, Pop City, Magazine Street, and the historic French market.
Right. Yeah, we have the corner there by the Joan of Arc statue.
By the Joan of Arc statue right there, they're on the corner.
Right on the river, and it's a beautiful spot to
store.
walk. You know, we
It's
walked
just
through the
super
quarter last night. Everywhere and visit a lot of those
and
little
parking's
shops.
super easy there too. I deliver to you, and it's parking super.
Come on
easy.
down to the.
Come
not
check it
just
out.
come see me, but come see everybody.
Come see it. It's super cool. Yeah, I was very surprised. Rhonda, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks for
Take
the
care.
coffee.
Oh, you go.
I'll be back next week.